Welcome back, everyone, to another StarCraft FFA. I have a very decently decent length FFA today. It barely misses the 1 hour mark, which is perfect. And yeah, I just played this game, by the way. Uh, and yeah, I thought I played pretty well. I was pretty proud of this game because I didn't camp. Uh, I just got out there and fought, and it goes pretty well for me this game. So yeah, I decided to cast it. So we have the purple Terran, aka me, ML Engineer. We have the blue-gray Protoss 32A, very strong FA player. Yellow Nanda's Fox. I think this guy just recently. Okay, that's weird bunker positioning in front of his wall. Anti-Dragoon, I guess. Anyways, this guy, been seeing him around lately. He's not bad. He's pretty good. Mattia's also been seeing him around lately. I think he's okay. And then we have, yeah, that guy. Also been seeing him around. He's also okay. So I think everybody in this game is decent. Um, but the only, it's really only 32A and me, 32A and I for regulars. But the other three are decent players. So right off the bat, you see 32A and Gray contesting this middle area. Like 32A, is he gonna drop a Nexus here? Goodness, he hasn't even taken his expos near him. Wow, yeah. So 32A, this says so much about his playstyle, right? He really likes to get to the middle early. The thinking behind that is some players, and I tend to think this way, will avoid the middle early, right? It's pretty intuitive that you would avoid the middle early. So 32A, his strategy is based on taking advantage of that. He knows a lot of people are going to be avoiding this early on. So that's why he expands here early. But we know that about him now, right? Okay, so 32A kind of like he's kind of making his presence known around this quadrant of the middle, and he's also keeping an eye on yellow, who's playing like very safe. Gray also very he's expended a lot. He's doing what he has to. Yeah, he's a 6 base Zerg. He's in a good spot. Um, I'm on 3 base, 4 base Terran now. Uh, expand the rate of expansion is a bit slower than the Zerg players, which is just how the races work. So 32A, I don't know how much minerals these start with. 1500. So he's already mined like 20% of this middle base. So you can see like where his strategy pays off, right? Okay, so actually like a relatively quiet start to the game. But yeah, I noticed that 32 has been taking the middle early. And and the thing about 32A is he will take the middle, but he knows he's being greedy, so if you come and punish him, the response won't be that strong. And in this case, even if it is strong, I have tanks sieged behind a mineral line. Protoss is going to have a hard time clearing this with ground. And that might be why 32A is already transitioning to carriers. So yeah, punishing the middle take here. Yep, but we're just punishing the middle. We're not here to try to go for the kill on 32A when everybody else is still healthy. That would not be a good move. So we just punish the middle and then back off, accomplish our mission, and get out of there. Because for me, I still need to secure this. I'm keeping this as a reserve just because it's behind it's well in my area, so it's pretty guaranteed that I will be able to get this. So 32A, keeping up a ground army and massing carriers. Just got +1 attack and +1 shields. Okay, so yellow kind of yeah, I don't know. Did yellow fight someone and I missed it? Okay. Try to be better about that. So yellow kind of doing a push on 32A here. But he doesn't have enough Goliaths to contest this number of carriers. Yeah, so yellow and 32A is starting to clash around the middle. But yellow, honestly, like, he's at threat of dying here. He needs to stop, like, he needs to pull back to here and mass up as many Goliaths as he can to make a final stand. Like, he should not be trying to go after this right now. Yeah, there you go. Back up. Yeah, exactly. Construct. Yeah, he's doing the right thing now. He needs to understand that he's at risk of being eliminated here. Yeah, he really does need to back up to here though. This is an overextension and I think yellow might get eliminated here. I don't remember. Even though I just played, I don't remember because I'm too focused, right? I'm doing my own stuff. Yeah, so nice storm by 32A. Oh gosh, yeah, 4 Goliaths. And yeah, yellow, I think yellow might die here. Teal playing very conservatively. Looks like I'm pushing on gray here. Yeah, just taking out this base. So yeah, at this point, you know, I've secured everything on my side. So I just see that gray has these 2 bases, and I'm just poking here. I want to see how much of a fight he's going to put up to keep these. So I don't know what to call these. These can just be called like policing actions. Like, oh, 32A, you're in the middle? No, it's too early, man. That's not okay. So just go punish him, right? See what he does about it. There's a good chance he can't do much about it, right? That's why you do it. And here, okay, this base not connected by land to his main. He has to send units all the way around. It's not easy for him to reinforce here. So let's go kill it. Let's see what he does about it. And yeah, yellow taps out. 32A. Eliminating yellow. And that should open up this base for him. These scraps. So it doesn't really open up a lot. Oh, it opens up this. Okay, honestly, very good kill by 32A. He's in a good spot. Right now, I would say myself, Gray, and 32A are in the best spot. Teal, while he's been saving money, it's apparent that he's not really a strong player, right? He hasn't done anything all game. He's still only on 3 bases as Zerg. Yeah, 90, not even 100 supply. So he's just not a strong player. He's not a threat to win this game. So it's really down to 32A, me, and Gray. And looks like 32A, now done with yellow, turns his attention to me. And he has 9 carriers and accompanying ground army. This is an extremely scary force for a Terran to deal with. I have a max Terran army, and so this is just going to be a head-to-head fight. We're just going to see who comes out on top. Okay, EMPs on the Arbiter, really good. When you're fighting an army like this, you need to get your getting your EMPs off is the first thing you need to do. You need to EMP the Arbiters, priority 1. And then close behind is you need to EMP the carriers. It literally halves. Okay, it doesn't have their HP, but It takes a third off of their HP, which is still a lot. So 32A, his ground army just got annihilated, pinned against this wall. But 32A is abusing the terrain here. I make a little mistake here by not having Wraiths ready. Wraiths actually would have dominated this. But yeah, but I do have enough Goliaths. And they have extremely strong upgrades compared to these Interceptors who actually have no armor. So if I just sit here, he can't like get to my main or do anything else, but this is extremely annoying. And this ties down my entire army to sit here. So 32A can start hitting this, hitting this. And yeah, the upgrade difference is really telling here. And yeah, I target the holes of the carriers whenever I can. Down goes 1. So he started off with 9, and I think he's down to 7 now. Oh, 8. Okay, so only 1 dead. But yeah, every time he does this, I have to bring my entire army back. Because this many carriers so close to my production, this can, if I leave this area, it can turn really bad for me. So 32A is kind of starting to do the right thing here. While he ties down my entire army here, he is starting to hit these bases. Now what I could have done better is, tanks, there's no reason for them to be here. They can't shoot up. So I could have left all my Goliaths here and then moved all my tanks here. But at this point, I've kind of noticed how weak his carriers are. So I make a small gamble here. I've decided to just start making defenses and holding these carriers with whatever Goliaths come out of here, while I go for a big push on 32A himself. And we'll see how it goes. So yeah, the idea is to just try to hold him off here. Big EMP on the carriers. Yeah, and 32A kind of has to go back to answer this push. He feels threatened enough that he has to. But looking at what he has here, he might not have had to. If the storms are good, which they are. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. These storms just really wrecked me there. And the carriers come back. He loses another one though. So yeah, 32A and I are just trading heavy blows. Another carrier goes down. I think he's down to 5. So massive damage to me, right? I lost this base. This base's workers are all dead. But honestly, pretty big damage to 32A too, right? He was mostly done with this base, so that doesn't hurt too much. But losing some carriers, losing his entire ground army, this stuff all hurts. And now he's losing more stuff. And meanwhile, Gray just quietly growing. So the thing about Gray that I've noticed is he's an extremely passive player. He's actually like way too passive. I'll hold that thought. Okay, so 32A coming in, a little bit of a miss micro. He's losing, oh my god, another great EMP by me. Yeah, he just lost 4 arbiters, 2 carriers. That was a very big mistake by 32A. And he has to full retreat. So I'm now pushing forward. 32A getting some good storms off. Zealots moving forward. Great storms on the siege tanks. Oh my gosh. But yeah, undeterred. Beat that ground army back. And now taking this expo out. 32A is... He's a 2-base Protoss right now. And really, while 32A and I are doing this, Gray could have killed me here. He could have doom dropped me here. There's not a thing I would have been able to do about it. Teal really should be trying to eat this. So you can see the mistakes from gray and teal here. Just way too passive. Like just sitting here, right? Not even in teal's case, not even maxed out. He really likes the number 100, I guess. But yeah, neither of them even trying to take the middle or anything. Just way too passive. I mean, gray is finally. But more fighting from me in 32A. And honestly, 32A's upgrades have been really hurting him this game. He's starting to get his upgrades better, in a better place. His upgrades and his carrier micro have really hurt him this game. But this is a good move. 32A is very good at quietly and greedily expanding. So anytime, honestly, when you're fighting, if you can expand while you're fighting, that's very good for your chances at StarCraft. Look at 32A. Look at how brazen he is. Even expanding here while this fighting is going on. So this is something I could be improving. I should be trying to expand, retake this, even try to take this while I'm fighting. But it's difficult to do that. But it is the mark of a good StarCraft player. Somebody who can expand while fighting. So, another fight coming in. 32A back to 10 carriers. That's a very strong number. So coming in. Tanks are not sieged, but 32A backs off. Teal, finally, making a little bit of a move out here. It's good. It's good that he's doing that, but it should have happened much quicker. So 32A attacked me first, right? Anytime somebody attacks you first, your response back needs to be at least equal. Okay, big EMP. These Dragoons are gonna melt, and the carriers are all EMP'd too. So EMP is just, without EMP, Terran would not be able to fight Protoss. There's just too many strong spellcasters. You need EMPs on the right targets in order to fight Protoss. So this high ground you can't see up here as Terran. So I'm being extremely reckless with all these Goliaths, and I just lost all of them. And now this entire army is doomed because I lost all the Goliaths. These carriers can just mop everything up. Yeah, I was way too reckless with that push. I should have slow pushed, siege tanked here, or even backed off. But 32A, his economy, just down the drain from this fighting. So I pull back out of the area because I'm in a very bad spot here too. My economy is not good. I need to rebuild. At this point, I'm thinking of taking this. Taking this. I actually don't know about this at this point, but I need to. Oh, I think I just found out about it, and I'm gonna come down here to punish it. So yeah, I know 32A is gonna try to relieve this siege through this direction. So I preemptively siege up. And yeah, I get a big EMP off on the Arbiters. This is really important. Guys, this is actually really important, because if you don't do that, these Arbiters come in and freeze all this, and you lose the fight. So I get another big EMP off on some of the High Templars. But 32A just has so many High Templars that he still gets monster storms off. So that's a good play by him. So at this point, I know he has carriers, so I make some Wraiths. The upgrades are terrible on the Wraiths though. But I actually catch 32A with lacking here. He doesn't have a single observer. So all he can do is try to This is not a good spot for Protoss. When you try to hit storms on cloaked wraiths. Now this is painful because his carrier upgrades are so much better than the wraith upgrades that it's taking forever to kill them. But this completely stalls 32A's attack. He had 10 carriers. I think he just lost like 4 or 5 in that fight. He lost his entire ground army again. So these are not good trades for the Protoss. And he also lost his base. So just heavy blows. 32A and I just exchanging heavy blows. And Gray, you know, he's mined out everything. He has a disgusting bank. But honestly, Gray could just end the game here. He has the middle. Just spam ultras into me. There's not a thing I can do to stop it. And then just clean up everybody else. Gray. Yeah, I mean, Gray really should win this game. But I think it's pretty, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I think it's pretty obvious who won, right? From my how I introduced the game. But yeah, 32A and I just continuing to fight here. And I scanned ahead of time, and I noticed that he only had one observer. So I go for the dive, take out the observer, and these wraiths, he can't see them again. He can't see these wraiths again. So you can see big mistakes from 32A. It might have been too early in the morning for him. But yeah, first he didn't have any observers. Next he only had one. So what like who cares, right? What does that do for me? Well, he loses like 6 or 7 carriers to 5 wraiths. That's what that does for me. So he does finally bring another observer, but it's too late now. Yeah, I mean that is just a massive blow. 32A losing his entire carrier fleet. To a small mistake. And Teal, you know, he's been so safe, but he's finally moving out. I mean, at least he's moving out. This is good from Teal. He needs to do more of this. But Teal moving out, taking out these 32A bases. I don't know if Teal knew, but yeah, 32A. So yeah, here I negotiate a peace with 32A because at this point I really wanted to rebuild. I was aware of just like I was aware that Gray had the middle, and so I was aware of. I knew he probably had a disgusting amount of money, and for me to win this game, I knew I would have to fight him at some point. So I didn't want to completely exhaust myself on 32A. I finally take this reserve base to sustain me through the late game. And at this point, I'm thinking about retaking this. And I do want this. For all my trouble fighting 32A, I want this base as a reward. And after our fighting, okay, looks like Teal doing a small push. This should be very easily cleaned up. Yeah, so after our fighting, I knew 32A was weaker than me. So I knew he wouldn't be able to stop this. So 32A, not in a good spot. He's just lost so many carriers. He's doing the right thing though. He needs to try to retake this base, which he is doing. Oh my gosh, yeah, he really should have some Archons and stuff here too though. Teal beating 32A back. 32A needs to try to retake this and retake this. That's his path back into this game. But an untouched Teal. Granted, you know, he's not a very strong player, but we'll see if 32A can, if he can take this base or not. So yeah, at this point I'm taking this, retaking this, beginning to mine this. I'm in full rebuild mode. Just preparing, because I know I'm going to have to fight an absolute monster in gray. So just preparing. Yeah, and 32A, just the state of him. He's just so weak. Took way too many losses in his fights with me. And yeah, there's not a thing he can do. He just dies to teal now. Managed to retake this base, but he's losing all his production now. .32A with DTs though. This is good. You know, yeah, teal is just really not it. I don't want to be too harsh, but teal is, yeah, he's not a good player, I would say. He's not a strong player. Okay, so, you know, I know this is going to come down. Okay. Disgusting Plague by Gray. So I know this is going to come down to me and Gray at this point. I know 32A is out of it. I know teal's not very good. And so I don't see why I should wait. I'm maxed out. I decide I have a good, you know, I have a good amount of money. It's nothing compared to how much Gray has, but I decide sooner than later, right? To be honest, I was way too fast. Should have gone even sooner before he took all this middle. But anyways, I make my move. I push forward. Gray not ready for it. Caught with his pants down, and his army that's defending is just destroyed. He managed to get Dark Swarms down, which is really slowing me. But siege tanks don't care about Dark Swarm too much. Also, Gray losing a lot of overlords, just leaving them out here. Diving for this one is very reckless though, not worth it. Losing like 3 wraiths for an extra overlord, not good. But yeah, Gray has a monstrous amount of money. But he's just not, he's not spending it. And this is his downfall as a player. I've played with this guy a few times. I've noticed that he's very good at mining. He's very good at getting out and mining a ton of resources. But he just can't spend them. He can only build. Yeah, he just can't spend it. And it's really, when you see, you know, everybody has their flaws as a player. Like I have trouble expanding while I attack. But this, you hate to see it, right? Because he could dominate this game. If you just look at the resources, this game is his. It's easily his. In the hands of like an FFA regular, it's trivial, really. So Gray sending an attack of 12 Guardians. Attacks like this aren't the scariest for Terran, because if you have any Wraiths at all, and these Guardians are unescorted, yeah, you just point and click. And these are expensive, man. They're all just gonna die for free. Like, he kills some missile turrets and supply depots, but was that worth like 11 Guardians? I don't know. I don't think so. So yeah, he just loses them all. But he has so much money. He's just remaking it. 32A, you know, I have to applaud his tenacity here. He's in such an abysmal position, but he hasn't given up, and he's trying to claw his way back. And teal could snuff him out at any moment, but he's just so passive. Still isn't mining this. Just really don't know what he's doing. Yeah, so 32A just really tenacious. Now looks like another Guardian attack coming in from Gray. And the Guardians, you can see, they do well against ground. Killed this entire mech group. But, you know, he keeps just sending in Guardians. They have no escort. So they're just gonna die again to my hair. And from the Terran's perspective, you love it when they do this. When they just send naked Guardians at you, you love it. Because it's easy for you to deal with. So here I press forward. You know, I've parried his Guardian attacks. So I want to push the issue. So I press forward, siege up. And I'm now starting to push into his main. Which he, like... Look at how greedy this guy is. Look at how greedy he is. By the way, this is the right thing to do in his position. I'm telling you, like, mining-wise, this guy's excellent. He knows to mine the outside stuff first. Because this is his safest minerals, right? Like, that's high-level FFA stuff. This guy, that's what makes this guy, like, not terrible. He knows... See, look at how little he's mined this. Here, look at how little he's mined this. But then look here. He's mined everything here. He's mined everything here. He's mined everything here. This is very smart. This is high-level FFA from Gray. He would be a great... So Gray is somebody I like to call... He's a great economist. But he is not... He's not good at fighting. He's not... So guys, like in the real world, a president dictates economic policy. Okay, yeah, another great plague by him. Yeah, so he's good at economic management, but he's not good at fighting. So here, you know, he comes in with ultras, but these are slow ultras, and they have terrible upgrades. So they just get pounded down. It also sends in lurkers. So Gray is doing what he can to try to block this attack. He's throwing down dark swarms. You know, he's doing what he can to stop this. This is not a good siege by me. It gets plagued. It's blocking the entryway into his base. Not a good siege. So looks like Teal cleared 32A out. Good game by 32A. Just took way too much damage in his fighting with me. 32A, if you're listening, think carefully before you push me next time, alright, buddy? I'm just kidding. 32A has beaten me more than I have beaten him, to put it bluntly. So, okay. Gray with a good move here. He knows that he's plagued these vessels. Oh my god. So yeah, he gets like 5 vessels with Muta Ricochet. Really good. He didn't have to dive and lose all this, but still a good move by Gray. So you can see like flashes of brilliance in Gray. Like economically, he's excellent. And then even like micro or combat, he does some good moves. But he just doesn't do enough. Like he'll come in with like 6 ultras, right? But he needs to come in with 18 ultras and lings and dark swarm. He'll come in with like mutas, like 10 mutas to try to kill plagued vessels, right? But he needs to come in with like maybe 20 and spread them out. Or even make Scourge, right? To hunt these down. So Gray, you know, yeah. So you can learn something from Gray here. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't know how to spend it, it doesn't mean a thing. You can see I'm at very low eco. Compared to these two, I'm broke. I'm throwing everything I have at Gray right now. If he clears this, it's game over for me. Like, okay, it's not game over. I have this mining. I have this mining. I have a fallback plan. It's not much, though. Compared to what these guys have, it's not much. If Gray can just put together a competent army, wipe this once, and it really shouldn't be hard. A page of mutas would clear this right now. There's 3 Goliaths here. And yeah, Gray just... Overlord's popping, man. Just... Yeah, he just lost like 15 Overlords. Oh, he's about to lose 3 more. And yeah... I mean, Gray doesn't care, because he just has so much money, but... And you can see he's trying to rebuild here, which is what he should be doing, but... With this much money, you should never lose your main. You should never get wiped. So, at this point, I know that Gray's extremely weakened. And so at this point, I want to finish this game. I know that I'm running on fumes. Like, this base and this base are going to sustain me for a bit. But I'm also tired. I've been fighting with 32A all game, and then I've been fighting with Gray. I'm tired, guys. I want to finish this game. I want to get out of here. I'm probably going to go to Starbucks after this. So I want to go, you know, I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here. So I gather up everything I have, which is still a 200 army. And I'm moving in. I want to finish Teal, and I want to get out of here. So yeah, pushing forward with a max Terran army. Infested Terrans! Oh, they get a tank. Pretty good. Okay, so here we go. Mass Burrow, Dark Swarm. Teal doing pretty well. He's fighting this back the way he should. Clumping like this is terrible against Protoss because 2 storms kills 10 lurkers. It's not as bad against Terran, but still, you know. Okay, yeah, it's pretty bad. You should not clump your lurkers like that. Okay, so just sieging up, splattering all these Hydralisks and everything he's sending. But I really need to be careful, right? I've been very reckless with my Goliaths this game, and I only have 4 of them. An air switch would wreck me right now, to say the least. And Gray quietly rebuilding here. Like, guys, so I want to make a quick note about this. This just shows his mind state. He's just so scared. He has 30k, he has 40k. And he's building spores. He's so scared. What are you scared of? First of all, it's just a game. Second of all, you should know you have like more money than anyone else. What are you so scared of, right? So guys, don't be scared, okay? They're just human players like you. They have flaws just like you. Do not be scared. Just get your army together and go hit them. See what they can do. That's what this is all about. So yeah, I'm just siege pushing into Teal. And even Teal, you know, he has enough money to take this out. He just can't spend it. He literally can't spend it to save his life. It's very, not to like be too harsh on him, but it's as simple as making 10 overlords and then making 24 mutalisks. Or like, you know, 15 ultralisks, whatever. Pick your poison. He just can't spend his money. And yeah, at this point we're just slow pushing, irradiating all this stuff, irradiating these lurkers. Yeah, all 4 of these lurkers are irradiated, and they should splatter. Boom, boom. Boom. Now Gray, you know, he's he's retaking his land, but he's not making, like, what's he doing, right? He's not making any army units. He should plop down 10 hatcheries here, which he's kind of doing. But he should plop down 10 hatcheries here and just spam ultras and go hit me. That's what he needs to do. At this point, I'm running on fumes. Like, I'm taking losses against Teal. Like, look at this. So the lack of Goliath's really hurting me here. Teal, you know, doing a good job making these air units, but yeah, Irradiate is just too broken against Zerg. Okay, what was that? Alright, yeah. So yeah, I have no Goliaths here, and I'm just losing vessels to air units. Not good. But nonetheless, continuing our push. He can't stop these tanks. And I'm just continuously just taking it to them. And that's what, you know, I was really happy with this game is I've really been trying to change my playstyle lately because I was once okay, I was never as bad as like Teal or Gray because these guys are like just extremely too passive. But I was a relatively passive player as well. And I lost games for it, guys. That's why if I'm being hard on Teal and Gray, it's only because I know like where they're coming from. Like I used to play in a similar way. Being passive, it's good at times, but the key word is at times. So yeah, at this point, guys, Teal is pretty much done. I don't know why he's making drones. Yeah, he just taps out with 9k, 9k in the bank. That's literally 9 times more than like what I have, so yeah, this game just shows you like the downside of being passive. Like these guys are just way too passive. Like Gray, like good job, dude. You retook all your bases, but you still don't have a single army unit. So you've just made stuff to die. And yeah, I just come in here. He doesn't have a thing to stop this, and so he's just gonna die again. And wow, he taps out with 24k, 34k. You hate to see it, but good game, guys. Thanks for watching.